はい、皆さん、こんにちは。今日のレッスンはじめに、この7か4の activity worksheet をしましょう。So, today we're going to go ahead and start off again with your activity worksheet, 7 Cop 4. And I kind of have the dialogue set up here for you. Okay, so go ahead and just follow along with me on this. If you haven't gotten this worksheet yet from your substitute, make sure to go ahead and talk to the substitute and get this from them, okay? So if you have to pause, do that real quick. So, as you see here, on your worksheet, you'll see it says pair work. Invite your friend to do the following activities with you, and then decide where and when you want to do them. Write your answers in Japanese using the chart below. Okay, so again, I recommend writing this on your worksheet, on the space that you have. Okay, and here we kind of have an example dialogue right here on the side for you. So go ahead and follow along with me on this. So it's kind of set up as an A-san, B-san type of scenario. So we have Mr. A and Mr. B, or Mrs. A, Mrs. B. Okay, so A says she's going to go ahead and invite someone to do shopping, right? To go shopping with her, because our first word is shopping. So, 一緒に買い物をしませんか? 一緒に買い物をしませんか? Okay, so it would obviously mean, would you like to go shopping together? So, B-san replies yes, right? So he'll go ahead and say, or our B-san will say, はい. And then they're going to ask, where should we go shopping? So to do that, we're going to say, どこで買い物をしますか? どこで買い物をしますか? Okay, so we're asking where, right? どこで. Remember, day is at, so at what place? Okay, 買い物をしますか? And then A-san will go ahead and reply with an option. Okay, so they might say something like, ターゲットで買い物をしましょう, right? Or モールで買い物をしましょう. Let's go to the mall, right? So yeah, we're basically saying let's verb, right? So let's go shopping at the mall, okay? So if you have a place you guys decide on and your B-san is okay with that, you'll go ahead and write the place you decided on, okay? Next, B-san is going to go ahead and ask, okay, when do we want to go shopping? So to say that, they'd answer yes, はい. And then, いつ買い物をしますか? いつ買い物をしますか? So when will we go shopping? Okay, so that's how we would ask, right? いつ. いつ is our general word for when, if you guys don't remember that one. You probably could say 何時に, but that would be very specific to just time instead of like day of the week or month. So we can say いつ for just our general when. So いつ買い物しますか? So yeah, when would you like to go shopping? Or when should we go shopping? So A-san next would have to come up with a day of the week and some kind of a time, right? So let's make up a time. So we're going to go shopping at Target, and let's go ahead and decide where, or when. How about 水曜日の8時頃? Okay, so Wednesday at around, right? 8 o'clock, because we're using goro, around 8 o'clock. に買い物をしましょう. Let's go shopping, right? On Wednesday around this time. Okay? So that's basically how you want to set that up, and then your partner can then go ahead and write the time there on this section right here. And then you can go ahead and say, はい、いいですね. So if you agree with your partner, you think that's a great idea, はい、いいですね. Okay? So that's basically your little dialogue you're going to do. This shouldn't take more than maybe like 10-15 minutes, I would think. About 10-15 minutes for this part. And you're just going to ask for each of these activities. So try to see how quickly, the first couple of times you go through the dialogue with each other, it might be a little bit slow. But as you get more comfortable with it, you might pick up your pace a little bit. So max, I would say, try not to spend more than 20 minutes on this. So once you're finished, make sure you have your name and your classmate's name and the date, right? And go ahead and turn that into the box for your class, okay? Once you're done with that, go ahead and come back to our video. じゃあ、頑張ってください. Okay, so hopefully you guys all completed your speaking activity okay and you didn't have too many questions. If so, yeah, well, just do your best, right? Sorry about that. I was gonna say, you could probably ask your Japanese 3 students to help you, but they're probably busy right now, aren't they? So anyways, let's go ahead and move on to what we're gonna learn about. So this is the last lesson for our last part of lesson 7, so 7.5, okay? So what are we gonna work on? So first, we wanna help you guys learn how to give a range of time for an activity using from and to in Japanese, to be able to explain how the Japanese travel, and to hopefully get you to a point so you can talk about a trip you have taken, right? Talk about somewhere you've been. If you look here, this is Kinkakuji. This is a place I have been to. This is the Golden Pavilion. You can go to Kyoto to see it. It's pretty fantastic. So I hope you guys get an opportunity to visit there someday. But let's move on. So first, let's look at our vocabulary. So if you don't have your notes already to go, make sure you get your notes ready to go, and let's take notes on these vocabulary. So first one is oyasumi. Oyasumi. You guys have heard this before. We've used it a lot in the context of being absent, as well as in the context of oyasumi nasai, meaning good night, right? But if we just say oyasumi or yasumi, we can also mean vacation. So time you go on vacation. So if I were to say natsu yasumi, that would mean summer vacation. If I were to say fuyu yasumi, that means winter vacation. So you can use it for those holidays and breaks that you guys have. Hi, let's move on. Next one is hanabi. Hanabi. Okay? Hanabi. That is our word for fireworks. And if you look at this kanji, you guys probably know the second one. What would that be? If you said fire, you're correct. The first kanji here, if you've never seen it before, is our kanji for flower. So flower fire, or fire flowers, our hanabi, our fireworks. I think that word's kind of cool. It also makes me think of Mario Brothers, when Mario grabs the flower and he can shoot fireballs out of his hands. I don't think that's a coincidence. Anyways, hi. Our next vocab word is nani nani kara, nani nani made. Okay, so you're gonna have something in front of kara and then something in front of made. And kara is going to mean from, and made will mean to. So it's like saying from this time to this time, or from this day to this day. And we're going to talk more about this. This is your main kind of grammar pattern for today. Okay? Let's move on. 次は、どうですか? So if you want to ask somebody how something is, you can say, どうですか? Right? You could show them your art. どうですか? You could give them food. どうですか? Right? How do you think this kid is feeling right now? I can't tell if he's like really happy or if he's like stunned. So I wonder what he would say to that question. But どうですか is our question for how is it? 次. Okay, this is a really great phrase to use, especially if you're kind of at the end of your conversation. Maybe you and your friend have come up with an activity you want to do, and you can just use this to be able to tell someone like, yeah, I'm looking forward to it, can't wait, see you soon, you know, like you're telling them you can't wait for what's going on. So you can have something in front of it if you want. Like you could say, 誕生日パーティーを楽しみにしています. I'm looking forward to the birthday party, right? Or you could say, パーティーを楽しみにしています, something like that, okay? So you could put something in front of it, or you can just say, 楽しみにしています. I'm looking forward to it. 楽しみにしています. Whoosh. Okay? So that's a really useful phrase to use. 楽しみにしています. Okay? Okay, so looking forward to. So again, you can just put a noun in front of here to be specific. Okay, so you could say like a movie or something else like shopping, whatever it is you want. Okay, next. Okay, this list seems kind of crazy. And you don't have to write everything. Now, I do want you to hopefully write these katakana words, and then you can write the romanization, the romaji of it, and then the meaning. I don't necessarily expect you to write all of these kanji, okay? But I wanted you to see what they look like, so I put them on here. So those are the kanji, right, for your lesson, or for these famous places in Japan, just so you see what the kanji look like. But if you want to just write down the hiragana here, that's perfectly fine. So our first one is Hawaii, Hawaii, right? And then we have Rosanzerusu, Rosanzerusu. Crazy, right? Rosanzerusu, Rosanzerusu. That's how they say Los Angeles. Strange, isn't it? So sometimes, again, like you've probably experienced before, what we think as Americans would be the best katakana spelling, not always what the Japanese think. So I probably would have picked something different for that one, right? Anyways, our next one, Grande Canyon. Grande Canyon is our Grand Canyon. Grande Canyon. Okay. Next one, San Francisco. San Francisco. San Francisco. Okay. It's kind of a tricky one to say. San Francisco. Okay, is our San Francisco. Our next one, New York. New York. New York, right? Our next one, Boston. Boston. Okay, Boston is our one for Boston. And then Florida. 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 Okay. And then, of course, this is where you can really tell if you're pronouncing your Japanese cities right. But, of course, the most famous one is Tokyo. Tokyo. So it actually has a long U sound in there, whether you realize it or not. Tokyo. Okay. Next to another really famous place where my husband is from, Osaka. Osaka. So it actually has two O's in it, Osaka. Okay. Our next one is Kyoto. Kyoto. Of course. If you know anything about Kyoto, Kyoto is really close to Osaka, and it is the original capital of Japan. And if you want to see all of the historical places, ancient Japan, go to Kyoto. Okay. Of course, you guys have heard of Hiroshima. Hiroshima, right? So, Hiroshima, where we had the bombs dropped, right? And then up north, the northernmost or biggest city in the north, in the northernmost island. Oh, that would be Sapporo. My bad. I'm tired. But the northernmost island is Hokkaido. Hokkaido. Okay? Hokkaido. Hokkaido is famous for cows and bears and wide open spaces. Okay. And then the last one, Kyushu. Kyushu. Okay. Kyushu is down in the southernmost part of Japan. It's the southernmost island. Besides Okinawa. Okinawa is the smallest southernmost island, but the biggest, one of the main biggest islands, Kyushu, is down in the south. Okay. And actually, I think I'll be going there this week when I'm going to Fukuoka. Fukuoka. Okay. Hi. So that's your vocabulary. If you need to pause to copy your vocab, that's perfect. Pause it and then go ahead and start when you're ready to go. Hi. Okay, so our bunpo for today. Bunpo. Okay, we're going to learn how to say from and to in Japanese. Our from and to prepositions, kara and made. So if you're setting it up, you're going to start in Japanese, you'd have noun 1 kara, noun 2 made. Noun 1 kara, noun 2 made. Okay? And in English, that will mean from noun 1 to noun 2. Okay? Make sure you guys are taking your notes, right? Noteを書いてください. Okay? Just so you know, noun 1 and noun 2 can represent times or places. So it can say from this day of the week to this day of the week, or this time to this time, this year to this year, or we can say from this place to this place. So again, places and locations, right? Or times. Oh, I really am tired, guys. So let's look at our examples. Our first one says, Chichi wa, okay, Chichi wa doyobi ni Boston kara Chicago made ikimasu. Okay, Chichi wa doyobi ni Boston kara Chicago made ikimasu. So if we put that in English, it'll mean my father will go from Boston to Tokyo on Saturday. Okay, so on Saturday, he will go from this place to this place, right? It still hasn't happened yet. We're in our present future tense. Okay, next one. 私の美術のクラスは1時半からです。Okay, 私の美術のクラス。Okay, 美術 if you don't know is art. 美術のクラスは1時半からです。So, in this case, sometimes you can use from and to by themselves. They don't necessarily have to have both of them. So if we're just using that one, it says my art class is from 1:30. Okay. Next one. 私は10時から11時まで英語の授業があります。Okay. So I 10 o'clock from 11 o'clock to, so from 10 to 11, 英語の授業があります. I have English class, right? So in English, I have my English class from 10 to 11. Okay, so again, our Japanese sentence orders is a little bit different, but the general order of the information is the same. We still say from this time to this time. It still follows that same order, okay? Let's look at our examples really quick, or see if you guys can choose the correct answer. See if you're getting it, okay? So you're going to choose the correct particle from the options in the parentheses. So let's look at our first one. Our friend asks us, いつ勉強しましたか? いつ勉強しましたか? So we're asking when, right? Past tense here. Did you study? When did you study? 昨日3時 blank 5時 blank しました. Okay? So I did it from and to. So what word would we pick for our from, and which one is going to be picked for to? Okay, so yesterday we want to say from 3 to 5, right? So which one is going to be first, and then which one are we going to put second? See if you understand. If you need to pause, think up your answer, do that. But let's go ahead and take a look, see if you got it right. Okay, so if you put 3時から5時まで, you are correct. Very good if you've got that. Okay, let's look at another example. Our friend asks, 昨日よく寝ましたか? 昨日よく寝ましたか? So yesterday, did you sleep well? Right? 昨日よく寝ましたか? Did you sleep well? And we say, はい、朝10時 blank 寝ました. Okay. はい、朝10時 blank 寝ました. Okay, so what do you think we would be saying here? Would we say from, I slept from this time, or slept to this time? What would make sense? So go ahead and think of what your answer is. If you need to pause to do that, go for it. And let's see if you got the right answer. Here we go. If you said mare, you are correct. We'd say here, yes, I slept from in the morning till or to 10 o'clock. I slept to 10 o'clock in the morning. Man, that would feel so good to sleep until 10, right? Okay, let's go on to our next one. So last example here, okay? 日本語のクラスはいつですか? 日本語のクラスはいつですか? So we're asking when, right, is our Japanese class. How would you answer? 9時半から or 9時半までです? What do you think? So take a second, see if you can come up with your answer. And let's see if you got it right. If you said kara, you are correct. So from this time, right? So from 9 o'clock. So if you want to say, yeah, class is from 9 o'clock, that's what you would say. So good job. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. So that was our grammar notes for today. Really short, right? So today we're going to talk about popular travel destinations in Japan. Okay, let me just go ahead and go through this. I'll read this. Some people, I think it helps them for me to read it out loud. So if you like that, you can listen. So over 15 million Japanese people travel abroad every year. Foreign travel destinations gain and lose popularity depending on Japan's political and economic relationships with other countries. Generally, however, the U.S. steadily ranks as a favorite among Japanese travelers. Within the U.S., Hawaii is the most frequently visited, followed by West Coast, then the East Coast. Japanese tourists also frequent Western Europe, but in recent years, Eastern Europe has also become a popular destination due to lower costs. Taiwan, Thailand, Philippines, and South Korea are popular Asian countries that Japanese people choose to visit. Okay, so Japanese people also travel extensively within their own country. Popular domestic destinations include Kyoto, Tokyo, Nara, Hiroshima, Okinawa, and Hokkaido. Okay, so now that you know a little bit about what's popular for the Japanese, I'd like you to answer these questions on a sheet of paper and turn it into the basket. So number 1, have you traveled outside of the U.S. and where did you go? Number 2, what destinations in Japan would you like to visit? Why? Have you thought about this before? If you know of some places, where would you go and why? And number 3, what destinations outside of Japan would you like to visit and why? Okay, so if you haven't had a chance to travel outside and there are other places besides Japan, go ahead and tell me where you'd like to go and why. Okay, that's all you have to do. I don't expect you to spend more than about 5 minutes on this, so go fun gurai desu ne. So go ahead, take it a little bit, think about that, write your responses, and turn that into the basket. Okay, so that's our whenever easy peasy assignments for this. Once you've got that done, we'll go ahead and move on. Right? Okay, so your homework, your shukudai. Again, you will have until I return to turn in your work, but turn it in sooner rather than later so that you don't lose it or forget to turn it in. So let's take a look. So first, again, make sure you answer those questions about popular travel destinations in Japan. Also turn into that activity worksheet if you haven't. Okay, next. You're going to complete the Nanakago worksheet, the 7.5 worksheet, okay? And I'll give you an explanation of that assignment in the next few slides, so stay tuned. Let's take a look at it really quick. Also, I don't know if you can hear music being played, but that's my husband working on a recording, so if you're curious about that, hopefully you can still hear me just fine, but here we go. So part A, again, you're going to be practicing using kara and made. Okay, pay attention to your English cues. That's going to help you know what they want you to say from this time to this time. Okay, and then of course use your notes if you need to, right? And make sure you look at the examples up here. Okay, so this example right here is there to help you know what you need to say. Okay, so if someone has a question, you can try to read the questions. That'll probably help you, and then go ahead and try to fill in the answers based off of that. And again, you're probably going to be using kara and made for all of these, I believe. So, yep. So you have those questions. That's part A. Okay. Part B. Okay, so you need to answer these questions in the past tense using the cues given in the parentheses. So the key to this is remembering how to do past tense. So remember, if it is an E adjective, you're going to drop the E at the end of it, and you're going to add kunai. Okay, so that's a really big hint. If it doesn't have an E at the end, it cannot be an E adjective, right? It has to be the other kind. Okay, not adjectives. You're going to just add deshta to it, right? Okay, now you have at least one adjective on here that looks like an E adjective but is not. Do you guys remember which one that is? If you want to know, I'll give you a hint. Okay, I'm not going to just give you the answer, but I'll give you a hint. It's a word for clean or pretty. So if you want to look that up, if you don't remember that word for clean or pretty, that one is not an E adjective. It is a not adjective, okay? So careful with that. You just need to write the part that's in parentheses. That's it. You'll write that on the line in its past tense, okay? Hi. Okay, part C. So you're going to use the mashao pattern, right, to invite your friend to do an activity at the place you invited them to go. So if we look here, you invited your friend to travel with you to these places below, and you're going to suggest what to do there. So first you said 日本へ行きませんか? Wouldn't you like to go to Japan, or would you like to go to Japan? Then you want to give them something to do. So you can say そして 美味しいものを食べましょう. Let's eat delicious things, right? And so we have a few other places you've invited them to, and then go ahead and decide what you would like to do at those places, okay? So suggest an activity that you would do. Okay, so that's just 2 questions there. And the last section is reading. Okay, so remember with these, you're going to start reading from the top to the bottom, and you're going to go from right to left. Okay, so that first is going to be important to help you read carefully. Okay, and I recommend that you read these questions first and the answers before you go ahead and read the passage. Okay, but take your time with it and try to do that. So I will grade these. Okay, so 頑張ってください. But that is your worksheet. Okay, so again, your homework is complete that little response to the culture notes and go ahead and complete your 7K5 worksheet. If you did not get this worksheet from the substitute, make sure you grab it. Okay. Other than that, I might go on to the next part and talk about the, let's see here, the activity worksheet. So you won't have to do this until next class. You're going to get it next class. But I wanted to go ahead and mention it to you, okay, in this video. So all you need to do is you're going to read the following questions and respond based on fact. Using what you have learned from previous lessons, write your answers in Japanese. So you actually don't have to do this with the partner. You're just going to read the questions and answer in Japanese, right? And you will likely need to look at your notes or study guide if you've forgotten your vocabulary, okay? So take out your study guides, right? Look at your vocabulary, okay? And you can work with another classmate if you need help. That's totally fine. So this will be what you guys will be working on, not on Monday, but on Wednesday, okay? This is your Wednesday activity, so you won't get this paper until Wednesday, okay? I'll try to post this video again for Wednesday's summary on Canvas, and I'll probably tell you where to start the video for the Wednesday material. Some of you might be taking your time, and maybe you're not to this yet, but that's okay, because you can do this part at your own pace, okay? Yeah, so that is it for what I have available for your video today, okay? Again, if you have any questions, feel free to send me an email. I should be able to get emails and respond to those, okay? If I can use Remind, I'll try to send reminders and help and get feedback from you guys. But 皆さん頑張ってください. And yeah, じゃあまたね. Bye bye. Okay.